Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome to OneMinuteTennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about watching the ball, and I want to show you a unique two-stage process, which if you apply into your game, will mean that you anticipate the ball better, hit cleaner, and have more power and more control. Now, if I just watch the ball, then I'm not aware of what my opponent is doing. So the process of watching the ball has to involve me watching the opponent. But if I'm watching the opponent, then I'm not watching the ball. So what really happens and what process do we apply? To understand the process of watching the ball, a great way is to look at other sports. And a game that involves an incredible focus on watching the ball is billiards, pool, or snooker. And here we have several targets because we have the pocket where we want the ball to go in, we have the object ball, we have the cue ball, and we have the cue. So we have several parts. And what the player will do will begin by looking at the pocket and then track a path from the pocket to the object ball. And then they'll track a path from the cue ball to the object ball. And then the final part of the process, their focus will be from the cue to the cue ball, cue to the cue ball, having already mapped out in their mind where the other balls should go. Now, tennis is very similar. There's two processes to this. The first process is to see where your opponent is sending the ball and to map out where you want to send it back. So process one is to watch your opponent and then the ball. And then process two is to map out where the swing path is going to take the ball. So from the swing of the racket to the contact with the ball. So the process of watching the ball should be to watch the opponent, to then watch the incoming ball, to then see contact, and then leave the head down, whether it's down looking at the ball or slightly ahead, it doesn't matter. The head stays stationary. So effectively, I'm looking at nothing. So it's opponent, ball, contact, and nothing. What we've made here is a video where we have a camera on the head of the player so we can see his view as he plays the ball, and a camera watching what he does. They're synchronized perfectly, so you can actually see the different processes. And he's not watching the ball all of the time. What happens is he looks up and he will watch the player. And then from what the player does with the ball, he will get a lot of information on what the ball is likely to do. You see, the difference between that and that is enormous. And therefore, the brain will track the ball much more efficiently in the first part of its journey because it's already got all the information there. It's already got all the data. So by not watching the ball, by watching the player, then the brain has a lot of clues and a lot of information so it can predict and anticipate what the ball is going to do. After the opponent hits the ball, then obviously the focus now needs to be intensely on the ball. And we track the ball, trying to follow it with the head, not with the eyes, with the head fixed, but trying to follow it with the head until around contact. At contact, the head should stay very still. This is for balance. Right? It's very important that the head is static. When we move the head, we lose balance. So the head stays still, and so we will either see contact, or we'll see the court, or a view of something, but no ball for a fraction of a second. And now we look up, and we don't find the ball. The ball will be in peripheral vision. We see the opponent. So the process of watching the ball becomes opponent, ball, contact. Opponent, ball, contact. Opponent, ball, and contact. With this process, you will find that the ball appears to slow down. In reality, it's the mind speeding up as it's got more information and can process it more efficiently. If you put these two processes together, thinking of it as opponent and ball, and then racket and ball, then you'll have the best of both worlds. The opponent will give you information on where the ball is going to go, how fast it is, what spin it's got. And then we need to focus on the ball, and then we need to focus on contact and leave the head down. This is totally different to watching the ball in and out. See how I'm watching my ball this way, I'm watching the ball in and out of contact. It has to be the opponent, the ball, the contact, and then nothing. The reason this is so important is that when you move your head independently of your body, then you can't focus on anything. If you try this now, when you move your head like this, then everything becomes a blur. So if you just watch the ball, then you can't see it. You're looking at it, but you can't see it. If the head moves with the body in this fashion, now I'm moving the head the same way. Try it, you'll see. And everything stays in focus. So the opponent, the ball, contact, and nothing. And you'll see the ball better than ever. You'll anticipate it better, and you'll play better tennis. I hope this makes sense. If you like my ideas, check out what we do off the court. We have books on every subject in the game with great illustrations and very, very clear explanation. Or I'm helping players in over 40 countries all over the world with a unique blend of video analysis and then one-to-one personalized training. For more information on this, have a look at the website or email me for details. So don't just watch the ball. Watch the opponent, watch the ball, watch the contact, and then just see nothing. Leave the head still. You'll have improved power, improved contact, improved control, and you'll play better tennis. Thanks for watching. See you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.
Yes.